Um, my name is Tanniah Navarro. I'm here to share my testimony. It was in the year 2021 that baby Faith, my baby girl, first appeared in our vision board. We would declare her and imagine her with us. In August 14, 2022, I learned that I was pregnant. In September, I had a miscarriage. I remember having the most difficult time. The Lord, by His grace, gave me enough strength and His word to rely on His love through Romans 8. It was then that I held on to Psalm 22, verses 30 to 31, saying, "Babies not yet born will get to know that God does just what He says." I was even led to make an advanced video testimony, declaring how the Lord has been faithful to His promises for the year 2022, as if I was sharing it in a large crowd. I would watch that video from time to time. In November 14, 2022, I learned that I was pregnant again. We celebrated with our whole family. I remember breaking the news to Ministry of Helps. A lot were shocked, for they did not know that I lost the first one and that it didn't show in my face that I had a miscarriage and grief. In June 19, 2023, Thaddeus and I woke up one morning with my usual routine. I would get my Doppler to hear her heartbeat, but this time I could not find her heartbeat. We rushed to have an ultrasound, and the sonologist said that there was no movement and no heartbeat detected. We did not take her report, and we still believed that God would do a miracle. That day, sad to say, I delivered to a dead baby. It was so painful and heartbreaking. I remember that I wasn't able to think straight. Pero alam na alam ko na wala na akong paghuhugutan ng lakas kung hindi si God lang. Every day, I would seek Him and His Word. He never failed to comfort me in His Word. I remember grabbing a note from my old journal when God said, "Yes, I will stay with you, Tanniah. I will stick with you until I have done everything I promised you." And I took that. It was a roller coaster of emotions. Naalala ko, nagagalit na ako sa soul ko kasi maya-maya iiyak siya, tapos maya-maya okay na uli siya. Sabi ko, teka, kailan kaya matatapos tong pagdadalamhati? Pati kasi yung mama ko nahihirapan na kasi natatakot silang maloka ko. It was then that I had come face to face with my soul and asked help from Ate Spirit. Remember, we are body, soul, and spirit. Ate Spirit, who is the mature one, the one who is connected to the Holy Spirit, consoled the soul part of me. Ate Spirit spoke these words to soul. It's in Hebrews 12, sabi niya, "As for us, we have all of these great witnesses who encircle us like clouds. So, Tanniah, we must let go of every wound that has pierced us and sin we so easily fall into, this grief and soulish cry. Then we will be able to run life's marathon race with passion and determination, for the path has been already marked out before us." We looked away from the natural realm and we focus our attention and expectation onto Jesus, who birthed faith within us and who leads us forward into faith's perfection. His example is this: because Jesus' heart was focused on the joy of knowing that you would be His, He endured the agony of the cross and conquered its humiliation, and now sits exalted at the right hand of the throne of God. I just allowed the Spirit, my spirit, to speak truth over soul and make it reverberate in her very heart, to let go of anything that weighs her down and to focus on Jesus. I remember Ate Spirit would even sing this song over her. "Oh, my soul, do you not know? Have you not heard? It's been told from the beginning, the Lord your God is on your side. Oh, my soul, don't be afraid. Hope in the Lord. By His righteousness and power, He will strengthen, He will guide. And I will soar on wings like eagles, held by the hand of God. I will run and not grow tired when on His name I call. For the Lord is never weary, His ways are beyond our thoughts. I will trust in Him with all my heart. And I will rest upon His promise. Patiently I wait. I just allowed Ate Spirit to sing over her hanggang sa mabingi na si Soul that this is their absolute truth. One time, I was taking a bath and this time I talked to Body. Sabi ko, Buddy, sorry ha, kasi hindi natin siya nailabas ng buhay. I'm sorry for blaming you and for getting angry at you. Hanggang ngayon, hindi mo pa alam na wala na si baby, gumagawa ka pa ng milk. I imagine her being appeased and received that, and she received that forgiveness. Then I spoke healing over her, declaring that by the stripes of Jesus, she is already healed. Yung operation site na, it's already healed. I declare that she will be strengthened and that one day she will have baby faith again and she will be finally with us. So that made body, soul, and spirit integrated into one. And we prayed Ephesians 1:17 to 20. Sabi ko, I ask for the spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to align the spirit, soul, and body and make them see things they need to see until all they see is their hope in God and their calling and the glorious inheritance. I ask the same power of the Holy Spirit that released Jesus from the dead to make all the dead parts in her to come alive. It was then that Tanniah has received all the blessings God has for her. The first one was the Father's love. One time I was asking, sabi ko, Lord, does anyone know how deep this pain of losing my baby could be? Alam kaya nila? And then I recalled in my spirit the song, How Deep the Father's Love for Us. Diba in that song, sabi, how great the pain of searing loss, the Father turns His face away. With that song, I was reminded that God the Father Himself has experienced losing her own son. And it comforted me to know that He too knew how hard it is to lose your love. Especially the thought that the triune God willingly gave Jesus for me, for us, that I may have received His love fully. Secondly, I also received the Holy Spirit feeding me with His truth in His Word every day. Third, I received the Spirit of joy. Alam nyo, habang nasa grocery ako, I found myself, I will sing, I've got the joy down in my heart to stay. Sabi nga ni Jerry Savelle, di ba? If Satan cannot steal your joy, he cannot keep your goods. I can't believe, friends, na wala pang isang buwan na mula nung nawala si Faith, pero nakakatawa na uli ako. It's all because of Jesus. Nakakatayo ako sa harap ninyo ngayon. Punong-puno ng joy and confidence kasi nakita ko na. Nakita ko na one day, my baby will be with me. She will also be with us. And no one can take that vision away from me. Yeah. Tapos in a moment-to-moment basis, di ba, the enemy will not stop. He will bring out situations to dictate how you should feel. And I had become aware that the enemy is always after the airtime in my mind. And every airtime in my mind that I give to the enemy is an airtime I lose of holding on to God's promises, of holding on to Him. So I made a decision not to let myself dwell on the past, but fill myself with hope, to choose life, to come up higher, to see things from His perspective, to be in tune to His frequency, to pre-play what He showed me in the secret place, to speak and sing about what is written in my books, hanggang sa wala ng lugar yung enemy sa akin. Yeah. Friends, the Word, Jesus Himself, became human and made His home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness, and we have seen His glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. I pray, church, that God, the fountain of hope, fill you to overflowing with uncontainable joy and perfect peace as you trust in Him, and may the power of the Holy Spirit continually surround your life with His superabundance until you radiate with hope. Thank you for listening.